I can test it with a different browser and maybe notice it's the browser or my computer.
Let's do it.
Yeah, switching the browser did nothing. You can change it to the microphone is enabled. Browser.
Okay, so you're running this from a browser, right?
Yeah.
Okay, do you see in the upper left corner where you can change the microphone? Upper left corner, right next to the address bar, there's like a camera, or you should see a microphone, like right next to where it says Discord.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, now switch to whatever microphone you want to use. And you should be able to switch your microphone.
I've tried both of the options, but they fail every time.
They fail every time. Okay. Um, any other idea what it might be?
I'm just gonna get Gemini. Will help me better.
Excellent. That's a good thought.
Stream drop the Rogan thing on the phone. You can see my screen and hear me.
I can hear you. Let me see your. Let me check your screen. Yeah, dude. Why don't you have? Hold on. Stop. Download uBlock Lite. uBlock Origin Lite.
I already have Orion.
Then why did we just see? Stop. Then why did we just see an ad?
Because it opened the YouTube app.
Oh. Okay, so Orion works.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, all right. You go watch this for the fifth time. Have you actually seen it 5 times?
Yeah, I now maybe at least twice. I mean, it just came out like this week or something. But I think I've fallen asleep to it again another 2 times. So all in all,
So you always pick up on new information every time you watch. So as long as you're not too bored.
no, I love it. I'm the one asking to watch it.
Okay, dope. Oh, let's watch Joe Row then.
Let's do it.
And feel free to chat or get me to pause if you want to say something throughout.
Okay, let me think before you say anything. So, do you believe that aliens exist?
Yeah, I've told you. I mean, every time someone asks you that, I'm like, can you clarify? Are you talking about a alien in our on a planet, in our universe, in a hyperdimensional space?
That's
You have to define alien more.
That's valid. Okay, do you think that we're seated here?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that alien DNA was mixed in with the monkey and replaced here.
Okay. Do you think aliens visit Earth every single day?
Um, I mean, humans could be the ones visiting the aliens on our planet, but I don't know. Hopefully, Bob Lazar shine the light on
They
that.
talk.
From my own, I mean, I think it's possible. I don't. It's possible. For sure.
And before you met me, were you a UFO skeptic? Because it seems like you were.
I mean, I wasn't an alien skeptic at all, but in terms of like physical aliens just living here 24/7, I think really crossed my mind, and I was very doubtful. Probably.
Okay.
I'm still not like fully convinced either way. I'm open minded that it's possible.
You're open-minded that it's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, we've gone through this debate, and then I demand proof, and then you're like, here's the proof, and I'm like, it's not good enough proof or whatever. And
Okay, I mean, I've shown you UFOs. I've shown you perhaps bodies. Um, I've shown you evidence of like experts who talk about it. What more do you want?
the thing I saw today was like the most convincing thing I've seen on it, probably.
Okay.
Have you gone through the? I was gonna ask before. Have you gone through? I'm sure you have the Disclosure Project's website and read through that like giant document that the guy was talking about.
I've at least done like reviewed it, maybe listened to it, like text to speech.
Okay, was there a lot of information in there?
No, I mean it's the same stuff. They demand Congress look into this. They demand amnesty for anyone involved. They talk about. They talk about like that no weapons in space. kind of stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Alright, let me. Alright, let's watch the Joe Rogan thing so I haven't watched it before. Alright, shit. Unless you have any more UFO questions.
What do you think it would take to make your mom believe?
Good enough proof. Got a guy who said, oh, we should catalog 57 aliens or whatever. Alright. Where is that? Leak it. Leak it for us.
Yeah,
please.
so there's a document similar that was published in the Soviet Union. It's called, I think, like 100 and like it's called something like the. Let me think of the name of it. It's a catalog of alien species that the Soviet Union did, and I've read through it. Nothing super in depth, but it talks about all the different ones, like what they're.
Are there of them? Like actual photos of them?
No, nothing. That would be great, though.
I mean, there are photos of them somewhere.
Absolutely.
Even if they're not.
Absolutely, that would be great. That would be really great evidence. But that's difficult to get. I'm not saying that it can't be done or it doesn't exist, but I've never seen it.
I don't know if it's your mic or someone
It's
else's
mine.
mic, but there's
It's mine.
Fortune echo.
It's mine.
Okay. It's normally it's good. You know what?
Yeah, it's because I have like a speaker right next to the speaker. If I turn it down like this, it should be fine.
Okay. Great. Yeah, also, Bob Lazar is a good piece of, I guess, evidence. Harry Potter Obama on it, any new community was talking about it today. And one of them said that perhaps Bob Lazar was allowed to become a whistleblower so that they could gauge public perception.
Well, they didn't want him to do it. He talks about they didn't want him to. I mean, anything's possible, but they talk about that they did not want him to be the whistleblower. They shot at his car, perhaps. They ruined his life. Those are things that you normally wouldn't do if you like had plans on this person to be your whistleblower. But anything's possible.
No, that's a good point. Also, yeah. I mean, that is a strange question. And it was asked kind of at the end of like the previous video was not really though. I don't think great answer. Or the question may not have been in that video. They're just like, why are they like suppressing this information on like the infinite energy thing? And the guy's like, there's big oil doesn't want to get rid of fossil fuels. That makes total sense. But the question that I was thinking of was like, how do you evaluate the risk of like disclosing this to the public, and why do they want to keep this knowledge so secretive? I mean, there are some obvious answers that come to mind immediately for me just thinking about that question. Like, I don't know, military applications and stuff like that. Why do you think?
Energy's a big part of it. I mean, with the advent of with the disclosure of this type of technology, then you have to recognize that we don't need fossil fuels anymore. We don't need wind turbines. We don't need coal power. It destroys all of those industries. Additionally, there's a huge pushback from the religious community. I know even within my religious communities, I've brought this to Hasidic Chabad rabbis, and while they recognize that it may be a possibility, they give me the adage, there's only God, basically. But um, they know, they just can't talk about, I mean, I don't want to say they can't talk about it, but they give me the answer that I would expect a rabbi who has a community and doesn't want to scare everybody to give. Um, I think that I I think that individuals in the know recognize that we're in a period of what's called soft disclosure, where all of this is eventually going to come to light, but perhaps there won't be any big event that does it. It's just like you either figure it out or you don't. You're either smart enough to understand what's going on or you're not. And if that's the case, then there will be the haves and the have nots from a knowledge base of what's going on. There will be those who say, I I don't believe it. If it's true, it would be on the news. Okay, that's a cool story, dude. Just recognize that there's so much power behind this that they may never put it on the news. It also changes.
So that may ask the question, that disclosure project from that talk, it seemed like the guy was like leading to the, like basically suggesting that they had a lot of evidence on this like alternative magical energy source that could just make fossil fuels completely obsolete and make us live in the Jetsons world.
That's correct.
So and that was 2001, 2026. Why have they not released any of that magical Tesla, Nikola Tesla like information?
They have. I mean, it's element 115, but it's also some other stuff too. But it's fission power.
Is that what they formally published in their document?
No.
They talked about the same Bob Lazar thing.
No, not so much that. It's like I would love to give you an accurate answer, so I'm gonna just search it. Just one moment.
Are you disappointed with the disclosure project, or the disclosure project and the progress that they've not made in the past 20 years? Do you think they're doing an adequate job of disclosing? Because it seems like they're not really doing a whole lot in 20 years. They wrote a letter to Congress.
No, they fought for. Okay, so they talk about free energy, 0-point energy, the idea that devices can extract usable power directly from the quantum vacuum, 0-point energy, which has been suppressed. Wireless energy transmission technologies designed to send energy through the Earth's ionosphere without wires. Warden clip systems, often cited as suppressed a large-scale system designed to transmit electricity wirelessly and freely. Suppression of innovation. Proponents have alleged that corporations have purchased and hidden these types of technologies, along with inventions like 100 miles per gallon carburetors to prevent the release of free energy to the public.
Is that what the disclosure project has published?
That's what it says they were referencing.
Okay. And there's actual like actual documents that detail describe all those.
I mean, can't say that I've seen himself at this point, but I do recall if you like Stephen Greer, he's still alive. He does interviews regularly. Now he has been kind of.
Do you think that piece of information would be like extremely valuable and people would be wanting to unlock it as soon as possible if they knew?
I mean, that's a big part of it, but a bigger part is that we're not alone in the universe. You have to like have people's minds overcome that. That's a scary thought to people. It's scary from a governmental standpoint, like, hey, the government's not really in charge. That a foreign entity could come and destroy cities whenever they want. I mean that's a huge sense of fear. And then people could even
Right.
but these things they turn off our nuclear weapons. Uh, there's like many cases of these things flying, especially in like North Dakota, but other places where they'll fly over a nuclear bomb bunker and just shut it off, and they'll shut down all the power there, and it won't be explained. There'll just be this UFO hovering over the base, and like if you want an example, like I believe it's in Minot, North Dakota, Minot, where this is taking place. But there, it happens a lot, and it happens across the globe, where like these aliens have basically made us aware that we aren't as powerful as we think that we are, and um, the things. So I want to say this before we start. This is really a big question that exists in my mind. Is if these things are so effing advanced, how did we ever get our hands on one? It's not, and I've heard this before. This isn't my line, but you don't travel for light years dodging asteroids and radiation and all the other aspects and then get within like a mile of the Earth's surface and then crash. That's just not realistic. Like, we even today on like a full self-driving model of a vehicle recognize that like we need some kind of sensor to stop something from crashing. And that is like the biggest question that I have about these things. And what I've heard is that these things have been referenced as, and Bob Lazar talks about this. They are, what do they call them? Not voluntary. They're gifts. So basically, they have been like sacrificed. That'd be like if we had like an old tank or something and we gave it to some tribal group of people to be like figure this out. Is that true? Well, we have found their dead bodies on it, so you would think if they were gifts that they wouldn't leave the bodies. So I've never been satisfied with that answer. Um, Additionally, I feel as if it's important for people to understand that there are so many different kinds of UFOs. It's not just your classic disc that Bob Lazar um, was 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 associated with. There are um, from what I know, there are the motherships which are giant. They take up the whole sky, and um, like Independence Day. Did you ever see Independence Day? Yo, dog, am I just here talking to myself, jerking myself off raw? Or are you listening?
I mean, can you hear your choppy mic?
Can you?
It sounds like I'm so deep in your pocket I've reached the other side.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's just super choppy. You're talking about how the spaceships are like giant District 11 size spaceships.
Okay, yeah.
Some of them not.
Did you see? Did you ever see? Did you ever see? Did you ever see Independence Day?
No, I've seen District 11, which is an alien movie.
Okay.
District 9. I was District 9.
What's the difference?
I don't think District 11 is an actual movie. I think District 9.
Okay. All right. Well, in terms of whatever it is, District 11 or District 9, like the craft takes up the whole sky, right?
Yeah, those are giant spaceships.
Yeah. So they have those. Those are the motherships. Then they have like smaller um, craft. There's the sport model, which Bob Lazar talks about. Those are like little UFO, like little saucers. But then they also have like rods, and I've never known of one of those to crash. The only ones I've ever known to crash are the saucer kind. I think that there have been examples of um, things like uh, they have orbs. I don't know if those are UFOs. Did I tell you about the orb that I saw? I'm sure I have.
Is it the orbs that were like all over the news?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like around 2013 or so. Not but not drone. It wasn't a drone. It was an orb, and it was really more aptly called a plasma ball. It looked like just a ball of plasma, and um, that's a real thing. And it felt intelligent. I can tell you that. Uh, and then what else? What other kinds do they have? Sometimes they have the submarine ones that are called USOs, um, unidentified submersible objects, which are really popular. There are some places that are more popular for these than others. Um, off the coast here near Catalina Island, there's supposedly a base, a USO base, like an underwater secret base of USOs. And then also there's one. It's near what's called the tongue of the ocean, which is like near Epstein Island, pretty close to it. I'm not saying that they're related by any means, but I'm just saying it's like in the Caribbean there. Um, and I'm sure there are others, but they're not really talked about as much. Um, and I think that's really interesting. And what other kinds are there? Like this is an interesting thing. I've heard them described previously, and sometimes they have like portholes, like you would have on a ship. But it's like, why would you need windows if you're that smart? Like, right? I mean, that just seems like uh, it seems like you would not need windows, but apparently on some of these crafts they do, and then other ones don't. I've heard that they you can like shoot like a cannonball into them and nothing happens. That's kind of what Bob Lazar was talking about, and he'll talk about it um, in this Joe Rogan thing where like they tried to melt it, they couldn't. They take like a, it's called like a acetylene torch to it, like basically like a blowtorch to it. Nothing happens. Um, they would take uh, they would try to dent it with like like a baseball bat or like a sledgehammer. Nothing. They couldn't scratch it. They couldn't burn it. They couldn't melt it. It's some kind of different kind of metal that humans don't really, to which we don't have access. So anyway, um, that's cool. Are you ready to watch? Can you hear me, or is my mic still shitty? Riser. Riser. Yeah.
Can you hear me
No.
before? Oh. I was just saying that, I was like, yo, the podcast is 3 hours. And you're like, no, the new podcast is 4 hours. Well, it turns out it's actually 2 hours and 59 minutes. So,
Oh, apologies.
I
thought it was longer than that.
no, it's 3 hours.
Wait, it's 2 hours and what?
2 hours and 59 minutes.
Oh, so it's not 3 hours.
It's way closer to 3 hours than it is 2 hours. It's way closer to 3 hours than it certainly is to 4 hours, which is what you were very stern on as your answer.
Maybe I'm stern on everything.
Very, yeah. Said it with a lot of conviction.
Yeah, maybe his first one's 4 hours. I don't know.
Oh, good. I just need to find valuable new CIQ.
Maybe I hadn't had it clarified that when we were referencing. Who knows? All I know is I was right.
No, you're wrong. You can rewind the tape. You said you firmly corrected me that it was not 3 hours and insisted it was 4 hours.
Well, if you watch it on 0.75 speed, maybe it is. And since I want to take in so much, maybe I slow it down. We didn't state that it had to be watched in one speed.
No, but that doesn't change the length of the actual video itself. That changes the amount of time it takes for you to consume the length, which is there's a nice attempt at loophole. And I agree you could consume it at 4 hours long. Adjusted time is played back, but the length of the video, which is what you were discussing, was 3 hours.
I mean,
not 4.
If you want to consider that being incorrect, you're fine. You're entitled to think whatever you want.
Okay, well, in that case, there's no such thing as the time of any video. It's all so malleable.
Perhaps. So you were talking though. What were you saying?
I was saying that you were wrong about it being.
Oh, and that's what you were talking. What happened? Why couldn't I hear you?
I don't know. I don't know. You can hear me now, though. So let's just watch the.
Absolutely, my friend. Thank you for doing it.
Bob Lazar and I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Even Even your mom knew about Bob Lazar Night.
I watched it on 0.75.
No, let's watch it on one.
That's good.
Did you start it?
Yeah, it's playing. Oh wait, I may have to share my screen again. Because I left the chat. It's some producer guy that's talking at the start, right?
Yeah, but we gotta start it over, dog.
Alright, well, it just started, and just some producer saying that it was made in Blender,
Yeah.
which is the program.
I know. That's why when I said it, I thought you would find that cool.
Yeah, no, I could have made the Bob Lazar documentary.
Yes, you could have. And I bet you could have done it faster because it took him like 4 years.
I was working on a 3D website because you can make most websites are just like 2D pages, but you can make websites where they're like 3D worlds using Blender and whatnot. And I was working on a crashed UFO 3D website at one point in Blender.
What happened to it?
It turns out that building 3D websites gets complicated a little bit, and the tools that I was using or tried, like the tutorial that I was trying, failed.
Okay. Dog. What the
Oh,
dog? What the fuck? Why haven't you downloaded?
I didn't know that fucking YouTube was gonna play ads and then I'll switch to Ryan. Calm down. Calm down. Alright.
I just don't understand. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you pause it for a second?
So,
So he's talking about a former CIA pilot named John Lear. Can you hear him talk about that?
yeah.
Okay, so of anyone in the Bob Lazar universe, John Lear died a few years ago, but John Lear and I had correspondence. So I was just absolutely enthralled by this story from like 2008 to 2011 or so. And one day, it was on my MacBook, and I just thought, so basically, John Lear had, or pardon me, Bob Lazar had two friends at this time, Gene Huff and John Lear. And John Lear would talk about all this wild stuff, whether it's true or not, I'm not sure. And Gene Huff was more grounded. And I forget exactly what it was, but there was some kind of disagreement between, oh, I know, between uh, John Lear and Gene Huff. And I just really thought that John Lear handled the situation better. And so I went and just randomly emailed him whatever I thought was his email address. And he got back to me right away. I told him what I thought. And I just said that I thought you handled the situation better. And he said, "Thank you so much. You made my day." And I just thought that was so cool. So that's my connection to the Bob Lazar show. Okay, keep going.
That's dope. Just guessed his email right.
I didn't guess his email right. I looked it up. Um, he had like a he had like back in the day or something. Like he had posted it somewhere, and it was on some forum, and so I knew it was the right one. I knew it wasn't just a random. Oh, I know what it was. There was this whole email chain between these two guys, and so I just took the email chain email and sent it to him. That's how it was.
Okay. Okay. So,
Pardon me.